Faith Academy begins the 2013 season on the road at Austin St. Dominic Savio. Here are Russ Roberts' thoughts on that matchup.
Well, they're a team that's trying to rebuild. They were 0-10 last year. They were kind of tutored pretty high. People thought they were going to be pretty good last year. We scrimmaged them. And kind of like the scrimmage last week, first few minutes of the scrimmage, they looked gangbusters, and it looked like it was going to be their day. And we turned it around, and I think we beat them by 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, I thought at that time that they had some guys that missed that scrimmage, and I attributed a lot of our success to the fact didn't have the full house. So I really, since we didn't play them, I didn't pay a lot of attention, and I found out, lo and behold, in the off season, right after we scheduled them, that they went 0-10. So they really struggled last year. And apparently, Coach Becerra, the coach over there, has taken a little bit of a new philosophy toward rebuilding that program. He's done a lot of recruiting, but it hasn't brought in a lot of numbers. It's brought in some huge kids. They'll have a few kids out there that'll be the biggest we'll see all season. They're really, really big, and they've got some kids that look great in their pads, but they're few in number. They'll have less players on the field, I think, than we do, and so they're trying to get things rebuilt and reestablished. They've got 8 guys going both ways, which we almost never see that. We'll have that many, but we don't see people do that. And they'll have 8, I think I counted 8 guys that'll be on offense and defense. I think that'll give us a little bit of a break simply because they're not going to be able to use the fatigue angle on us.
Going into this game, other than winning, what do you want to see from your kids?
No injuries. We're so beat up right now. I don't know that I've ever had a year, and I know I've said that before because I remember it quite well. Because you get 4 injuries, you think, my gosh, 4 injuries, I haven't played a game yet. You think that's terrible, and then you turn it right around, and the next year you got more, and then you think, well, gosh, that's awful. But we had 5 starters not on the field, and I'm talking about not on the field at all. And we had some other kids last week that went out and played well and were doing good, and then got a bang or a bruise. And of course, everybody says, well, I don't want to aggravate it in a scrimmage, and it's really correct. I don't fault the kids with that. So they go sit down, and then now a kid that was supposed to play 75% of the time is playing 100% of the time, and so now the pressure's on him. And one kid in particular, I thought, Matt and Manley and Hannah Shipley last week, a senior and a junior, and they're big boys, and so they expel a lot of energy on any one given play. And the plan early on was to give them a lot of breathers, and as the end of the scrimmage went on, I couldn't take them out. I couldn't take them out.
Will we see your offense, the one that was so fun to watch last year? Will we see that this season?
You bet. It's going to grow some, and it's because I told you last year that we hoped to evolve into something that was a little bit more recognizable, and I think we'll do that. I think we will look at some things, especially with our younger kids at the JV level. I think we'll start there, and we'll begin to move that direction. Not completely sure that we'll continue to go in that direction. It'll depend what we do well. There's a lot of good things to say about the single wing offense, and people say, well, defensives, caught up to it 100 years ago. Well, that probably is true, but nobody runs those defenses. They're running defenses that are aligned to stop the spread, and they're not aligned to stop single wing. And so you've got basically 3.5 workouts to prepare for your next opponent, and it's awfully hard to prepare for an offense, and this year hopefully a defense we've never seen before. And we've got to get ready in 3.5 days. And that's the position I try to put the opponents in. It's a race. And they don't have enough time to get ready for us. On the other hand, we're playing consistent, conventional offenses. Everybody watches TV, and they watch Mac run the play, and they draw it up, and they put it on. And so we're seeing the same stuff every week, and it gives us an advantage. It truly does. So, yes, you'll see our offense. I hope to throw a few tricks in. And do some things that people don't expect.
That concludes our show for this week. We'll be here throughout the football season, and next week we'll examine all of the season openers. Until then, I'm Jennifer Fierro.